Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm giving you my Sagittarius September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as September goes, Venus will be in Libra from the 14th until the 30th, so the 11th house will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be a time if you're unattached Sagittarius, you may connect with a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics. It could be somebody that maybe you might meet in some group club or organization, or could be a friend where it escalates into something a little bit stronger. This could be a time where you're more desirous of peace and harmony with your friendships at this time, and also even with stepchildren if applicable. Could also be a time too where you might this could be a time where you value tranquility, balance, fairness, justice in matters, in groups, in clubs, in organizations, with friends, with acquaintances, and also could be about a lot of balanced spending, so to speak, on your future at this time. And you might want it's about a time where you might be looking at really peace in your future life at this point in time. It could also be about enjoying Libra type aspirations. It could be that love of Libra aspirations, such as something connected with the law, being an attorney, a paralegal, bailiff, judge, doing something with art or beauty, being an actor or actress. So anyway, next thing up, well, Mars will be in Virgo still, so the 10th house as well be emphasized and highlighted. This could be a time where the situation with the dominant parent, people prominent in your career, authority figures may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. Could be a lot of judgmental, critical remarks, really derisive conversations. It could also be about injecting a lot of energy into Virgo career-related matters. It could be something connected with diet, health, nutrition, something that requires you being very punctilious with details such as data entry, computer programming. It could be something connected with organizations, such as being a professional organizer, but also at the same time really about energy really looking at the details in 10th house related matters, such as authority figures, analyzing these people, authority figures, the dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career. And at this time too, you could be becoming angry about critical remarks that might be derisive ones that may be impacting your public image and your reputation. And if it's something where it's, say, this is making an adverse aspect to your natal Neptune, it could be ones that are fallacious and ones that could be damaging to your reputation. A lot of this, of course, could be predicated, dependent on aspects this makes difference in your chart. Anyway, well, the next thing up is Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the first house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, as I've talked about previously, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical, it could be very strong and benign, benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. And in some cases, it could enlarge and expand that waistline, so to speak, and there could be a greater propensity to gain weight, but at the same time, it can enlarge and expand positive and negative Sagittarius qualities. Positive being very expand jocularity, joviality, optimism, exuberance, enthusiasm, being out, doing things, being outdoorsy, being perhaps athleticism. But at the same time, it could also enlarge and expand recklessness, over optimism, perhaps foolhardiness, over exuberance, those are some things in self-righteous behavior. Now, it could also be very fortuitous for Sagittarius new beginnings, such as something with sports, the law, philosophy, religion, translation, publishing, advertising. Can also be very positive for Sagittarius people. Perhaps it might be very influential and instrumental in your new beginnings, your outlook on life, making a first impression. That could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Sagittarius traits. And the next thing up is, well, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you could be dealing with some restrictions and limitations in your finances, monetary matters, even in your self-worth and self-esteem. Despondency and feeling melancholy may play a role in that, but at the same time it could also manifest in some cases in taking responsibility for your self-esteem and your self-worth and how you feel about yourself. You might find yourself working laboriously at some Capricorn money-making endeavors, such as perhaps dentistry, even information technology, something with business, politics, general mundane work, timekeeping, anything that could be Capricorn related. And in some cases too, this could manifest in older people figuring more prominently in your values, your possessions, your self-worth, your self-esteem, monetary matters at this time. So those are some ways that this could pan out. So anyway, well, next thing up is Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may pan out in some cases, this could be about doing something Uranus-like as far as employment goes, such as something with astronomy, astrology, something with the esoteric, computers, electronics. It could be even innovation, but also guard against, I mean, I have this placement natally and I have irrevocable nerve damage, and I have I get like shock sensations sometimes, like in the arms. This could be a time where you might experience some kind of unusual health-related issue, something enigmatic, or something like I described, something with the nerves. Could be nerve damage. And also in your daily routine, just be extra careful. It might even be just something simple like getting like some extra, static electricity or something. And a lot of this, of course, could be predicated and dependent on aspects as makes the points in your chart. If this is making an inconjunct to your ascendant or making an adverse aspect, say, to your natal sun, that could increase that propensity for some unusual health-related issues. But you might also be experiencing some unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from an aunt, an uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, someone you may provide service to. It could be a fellow employee or somebody even that's involved with you in health and fitness. And you might be looking at some very new and unique ways to become more physically fit in connection, and also as far as your health goes at this time. So, and you might be providing some service maybe through the internet or something online at this time as well. So that's some of the ways this can manifest at this time. So anyway, and also could be about trying to get more freedom and independence in your daily routine. Next thing up, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, it could be a time where you might be a little bit confused, or you might be where your roots, your ancestry may be more nebulous than or unclear and nebulous. It could be a time too where you might be doing something Neptune related out of the home. It could be something connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, something with chemistry, photography, poetry, dancing, anything that could be Neptune related. Could also be a time too where you might show a lot of self-sacrificing energy in the home, but at the same time it could also manifest in some cases a home, a family member, someone you're close to home with may succumb to some kind of drugs or alcohol use at this time. And sometimes it could be about your home life dissipating at this time as well. And it might be also too that you might be a little bit more, you're under about a latter part of life where you want to be at that time. If you're not there already, maybe somewhat nebulous and unclear as well. So those are some of the ways that this may manifest, but it could also be about Neptune traditions, such as something with dancing, poetry, anything that could be Neptune related, something connected with fantasy, And anyway, maybe something with imagination. Hold on a moment, people. Last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the second house as well will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. You may find yourself doing something Pluto-like as far as something of a monetary nature goes, such as something with the occult, astrology, supernatural, something with transformation, which could be, for example, rebuilding vehicles, insurance, something connected with a death profession, such as making money as a coroner, a mortician, a funeral director. Now, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could be the death of somebody that might have played an integral role in your self-esteem, your self-worth, maybe your possessions, your resources, and also somebody that you might be generating money with at the place you're generating income with, or at, I should say. And also, too, this could be a time where this could be about a very strong transformation of your values, or maybe how you even feel about yourself, your self-worth and self-esteem, and also, in some cases, perhaps even in how you're generating income at this time as well. Now, in some cases, this could be about obliteration or destruction of one's finances and their monetary situation. But remember that Pluto is also about rebirth and regeneration. A lot of this could be predicating dependent on aspects. This makes the points in your chart. This makes an adverse aspect, say, to your natal Venus. It could really be something maybe devastating in terms of maybe a financial loss, but those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Sagittarius September 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Capricorn September 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.